Dandadan is probably one of the biggest anime to come out of 2024. Science are dominated when it comes to this season. With season 2 already announced for the summer, I'm truly excited to see what's to come. But for now, I'll be ranking the episodes for this season. If you're new here, my name is Yuno and now you know. If you enjoyed this video at any point, leaving a like will be appreciated. If you want to see more, feel free to stay a while and hit the subscribe button. And let me know down below what's your favorite episode. Now onto the video. Number 12, episode 12, Let's Go to the Cursed House. I really enjoyed the down-to-earth time we had with our cast. Honestly, the downtime is some of my favorite parts of the series. Okarun and Gigi's relationship developed in this episode, and I'm very happy they showed this because Gigi is such a lovable character, and the way he was introduced as a viewer, we're gonna instantly hate him because we automatically ship Okarun and Momo. Now, the reason why this is last is because how do you end the season like this? If I didn't know this was the last episode, I would have thought the season would have kept going.
I won! What? How come? What, you got the top childhood friend, huh?
Number 11, episode 10, Have you ever seen a cattle mutilation? This is just going to be me glazing Dandadan for however long this video is. I love the wrap-up sessions for each victory. This episode gave a great dump on the lore of Dandadan, learning that the yokai protect the world from the alien attacks. Also, another thing I enjoyed was Okarun and Momo talking out their issues. Speaking of talking out issues, Ira showed great development in defending Momo from her class. We also finally get the reason to why aliens steal cows. Number 10, episode 11, First Love. What a great balanced episode. Comedy, romance, and action. This was a fire episode all around. There was a lot of development between Okarun and Momo, and when it comes to animation, I noticed that the lighting in this episode was spectacular, especially for the final scene of the episode. This episode was one of the best examples on how Dandadan expertly mixes humor, action, and romance to create a very unique viewing experience compared to other anime.
It's see you tomorrow! Duh! Tonight's your turn to say it!
Oh, I didn't know we were taking turns.
Number 9, episode 8, I've Got This Funny Feeling. This was such an adorable episode. I've praised the downtime with the characters enough, but this is just me adding more onto the characters. Okarun trying to work out for Momo's sake, Ira trying to make Okarun love him, and Momo's jealousy blended a perfect love triangle. And then the action. Back into the empty space while Okarun and Momo are separated, Ira steps up with acrobatic Silky's powers.
Release Master Takakura now.
Number 8, episode 3, it's a Granny v Granny clash. The introduction of the baddest granny in anime. When she came in, it showed why she is the GOAT, and she easily takes out Turbo Granny. What stood out to me was her relationship between her and Momo. You can see that Momo is trying her best to fix things, but her granny still holds on to the words she said back then. You would think she's too hard on Momo until the end of the episode where she hugs her and tells her to be careful. Man, I love this series.
Don't die on me.
Number 7, episode 6, A Dangerous Woman Arrives. This episode is where we get a proper introduction of Ira Shiatori and how she got in the Golden Ball. As always, the character work is wonderfully done, and we officially have Turbo Granny as an active member in the cast. The episode also worked well with mystery, giving us questions to why this yokai is after Ira.
Very well. I shall. It's my duty. As a beautiful girl!
Number 6, episode 2. That's a space alien, ain't it? We're on the second episode and trouble comes when Okarun cannot walk into Momo's estate. In response, they take down the seal that's making him burn. However, that seal was keeping a lot out. An alien comes in and attacks the duo, and they have to find a way to take it on. This was a really cool episode to watch Momo and Okarun find a way to work together with their newly found powers. Although they're amateurs, they worked really well.
We're safe now. You hear that? Everything's back to normal! Look!
Number 5, episode 5, Like, Where Are Your Balls? This was such an adorable episode. One I adore the most from this season. No action in this episode, but honestly it wasn't needed. There were a lot of cliche romantic moments, but I could give that a pass when the characters are so interesting. These days, series tend to move the plot along without fleshing out the characters too much, so I'm really glad we've gotten to slow things down with this cast.
You're late. Come on.
Number 4, Episode 9, Merge, Serpo Dover Demon Nessie. This episode truly had it all. It starts off with an amazing action scene with Iris showing her acrobatic silky mode. The way she fights in here is so cool. I envisioned it being like a ballerina and they nailed it. The action was fantastic and the use of them fighting underwater was extremely creative. The colors in the empty space changing throughout brought a really nice touch.
I'll cooperate, but I'll not let you have Master Ken Takakura!
Number 3, Episode 1, That's How Love Start, you know. Now this review is mainly based on my experience when I saw it in theaters. Being a manga reader, I was excited to be in the theaters with my friends who haven't seen it or haven't heard of the series. Their reactions were perfect responses to this episode. Going from, wow, this animation is great, I love the characters together, what the hell is happening? What is actually happening? That was the weirdest thing I ever seen. I need the next episode. This is what I expected Dandadan to do.
I'm Ken Takakura.
Number 2, Episode 4, Kicking Turbo Granny's Ass. This episode was perfectly adapted. Momo and Okaroon fights their first yokai, Turbo Granny, and hopes to get his family jewels back. This episode was filled with a dynamic action sequence and colors that complemented the animation style nicely. Instead of a traditional battle, we get a cat and mouse chase throughout the city. This felt incredibly fluid and left us with a satisfying ending.
Yeah. Welcome to Kamigawa City.
Number 1, Episode 7, To a Kinder World. This was the episode I was waiting for. None of the anime watchers could have expected an episode like this. Dandadan can seem unserious at first, with the ridiculous plot and even weirder subplots. Having an episode like this shows the range the series can go. As a manga reader, my full faith was in the series, but even I was still nervous at how this could be adapted. The show was bright and colorful and so much fun, so seeing them tackle the dark, gritty things in the series was truly spectacular. I think after this episode, everyone would agree that this show would struggle to go wrong.
Mommy, I love you.
And those were my rankings of Dandadan Season 1. What a fantastic series this has been, and we are just getting started because Season 2 is right around the corner. What was your favorite episode? Let me know down below in the comments section. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and until next time, you know where to find you know.